Deep within the remote corners of Califor National Park on the island of Sumatra, Indonesia, a seasoned veterinarian named Timur was riding his ATV down a narrow trail early one morning. He had been working in this incredible wildlife reserve for years, monitoring the health of the animals and ensuring their well-being. Every day brought something new, from watching leopards in the dense jungle to tracking rare primates. But today was different. As Timur drove deeper into the park, he noticed something that made him pause. Just a few meters ahead, a lone elephant stood motionless in the clearing. It was unlike any sight he had encountered before. The massive creature wasn't moving, not even slightly. No flicking tail, no swishing ears, no sign of the usual elephant behavior. At first, Timur thought the animal might simply be resting, but there was something deeply unsettling about the stillness of the elephant. This majestic creature was supposed to be a part of a herd, yet it was alone, standing in isolation, a stark contrast to its usual family-oriented nature. Timur's professional instincts immediately kicked in. Elephants, he knew, rarely roam alone without reason. Something was wrong. He parked his ATV a safe distance away and continued to observe the animal. Minutes turned into hours, but the elephant stood there, unmoving. Normally, elephants would shift slightly, swaying their bodies or moving their trunks, but not this one. It was like a stone statue, completely still. A wave of unease washed over Timur. The more he observed, the more certain he became. This wasn't just an idle moment. The elephant wasn't simply resting, it was in distress. Determined to figure out what was going on, Timur cautiously decided to approach. He drove his ATV closer, but quietly turned off the engine as he reached a distance of about 20 meters. He opened the door of the ATV slowly, making sure not to startle the animal. The moment he stepped out, the elephant lifted its head and met his gaze. It wasn't an aggressive or frightened look, but a silent one, almost as if the elephant were communicating without words. Timur could feel an inexplicable pull toward the animal, as though something vital needed to be understood. Grabbing his binoculars, Timur approached the elephant on foot, keeping a respectful distance. When the lens focused on the elephant's face, what he saw took his breath away. The elephant was crying. Tears streamed down its face, a sight so surreal that it left Timur frozen in shock. Elephants, known for their strength and grandeur, were often seen as symbols of wisdom and power, but this one, in its sorrow, revealed a vulnerability that was almost too much to comprehend. The animal was in pain, real, emotional pain. Without wasting a second, Timur called the emergency medical team, describing the situation in urgency. "This isn't normal. The elephant is in distress, and it's crying. I need help now." The team arrived shortly after, and after a quick examination, they discovered that the elephant was suffering from a severe digestive blockage, which had caused its stomach to bloat and prevented it from eating. The condition was potentially life-threatening, and because of the elephant's massive size, they couldn't move it to a hospital. They would have to treat it on site. The team carefully anesthetized the elephant, ensuring it was stable and comfortable throughout the procedure. They then began administering medication to relieve the pressure on its stomach, using specialized instruments to help ease the blockage. For days, the team worked tirelessly, monitoring the elephant's condition, providing care, and making sure it had everything needed to recover. Finally, after a full week of intensive treatment, the elephant was able to rise to its feet once more. Although it moved slowly at first, it was clear the elephant was recovering. When the team declared the elephant healthy again, Timur couldn't help but feel a rush of relief and pride. The sight of the elephant standing tall once more was a victory, not just for the animal, but for everyone who had been part of the healing process. The day came when it was time to release the elephant back into the wild. Timur stood in the shadow of the trees, watching as the massive creature slowly made its way toward the jungle. It stopped for a moment, turning its head towards Timur as though to thank him, before disappearing back into the dense foliage. Timur stood still, knowing he would probably never see the elephant again. But in that fleeting moment, he understood the true power of empathy and care. In the wild, life could be harsh and unpredictable, but sometimes a quiet intervention could save a life. Timur's heart swelled with pride as he realized that even in the vast, untamed jungle, the connection between humans and animals was a bond that could make all the difference.
Thank you for watching till the end. Please like and subscribe to support us.